Welcome. This is Tayyib, Trade with Tayyib, your live stream host. Let's go ahead and start with some fresh analysis. We're on gold live. This is 4 hour time frame. Let me go ahead. So always, whenever you're doing analysis, whenever you're looking at anything on the charts, try to remove all the drawings and do fresh analysis. So look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. On a daily time frame, we have created some sort of resistance here, and then we have some sort of support here. Let's take a look at 4 hour. 4 hour also, we have the support down here. So we're gonna tighten our zones as we go in. That is the goal. So eventually, when we're at 15-minute or 30-minute, we have a sense of direction where the market wants to go. And then from there, there is opportunities of taking a trade. So I'm in 30-minute right now, and I can definitely bring this zone here, right? So this is the resistance, and see, you could say this is also a support area here, right? This is definitely a support area, but what happens when you take a sell below the support area? You don't have a whole lot of range because then there's a wick right over here. This is also a wick that needs to be looked at. So what I would do is possibly take a look at this support and see if we can close below. Then let's see, this is about 40-50 pip range. So now we're on 15-minute time frame and we're way zoomed in, and I can see that if I need to sell, this 15-minute and 3 minutes needs to close below this area, right? On the flip side, if I have a bias for buys, then it looks good on 1 hour, because 15-minute there's resistance, there's choppiness. 30-minute there's also resistance, but 1 hour looks good because 1 hour can close above this area, and then from here all of this range is going to be a target to push. That's 100 pips. So that is how you do top-down analysis on whenever you just start the day. Happy trading. Oh damn, it already dropped to that area. Four hour. Yeah. Tesla is up 1%. It's only been 15 minutes since the market opened. So that means it's 8:45. Yep. 1 hour, 30 minute is about to close. See, even though I like this candle, here's one of the reasons why I wouldn't take this trade is because right now the time is 8:45 a.m. Central Standard, which means that it's only 15 minutes. Oh, 4 hours just opened. Yeah, closed at the support level. See, I wanted to take a sell, but the reason why I'm not, because right now it's 8:45, 8:46 a.m. Central Standard Time, which means that it's only 15 minutes till the 1 hour and 30-minute closes. At the end of the hour, it's usually not good to take a trade because price is retracing, which means that if it has gone up, it's coming back down, or if it has gone down, it's coming back up. So it has more volume. So as of right now, price is still in consolidation, right? You can see price is still in consolidation. Even with if we zoom in right here, I wanted to take a sell based on this candle closing below this area. The reason why I'm waiting is for us to have a better confirmation if we're gonna reject this area because price has already came down in the last 15-minute candle. So there is a higher probability that it could push down a little bit lower and then continue to drive back up in this support resistance or in this resistance area. 'So we're at a resistance area. This would be a good place to enter a buy based on just support and resistance. 30-minute. See, it's at a support area. I would rather wait instead of jumping into a trade. When you don't have proper confirmation, it's okay to wait because not trading is going to be a biggest hurdle that including a lot of traders have to overcome, sorry, come over, overcome. You have probably heard a lot. You have probably heard a lot of traders say the price is in consolidation. Well, let me tell you what consolidation means. You see, when price is trapped between a top and a bottom, that sounds wrong. That sounds crazy. Pause. The resistance where price goes up and comes back down, and then price goes back up. That is called. You've probably heard a lot of traders talk about support and resistance and when price is consolidating. What does that mean? Let me tell you. You've probably seen traders talk about price consolidating, that is choppy. So let me explain to you what that means in simple terms. So when price goes up to an area and it couldn't break above that area, and then it comes down and forms some sort of support, which means that it couldn't break below that area. Now you have marked those as resistance and support, right? So now the next candle, next time price is going up to that area, you're expecting some sort of resistance because previously it had trouble moving above that area, right? So that is what your resistance is. And then at the bottom of that support is where you're expecting for price to have, you know, difficulty moving downwards and have some sort of support for it to continue to push from that area. That process is what's called consolidating. That is consolidating, right? Now, once you have seen what a consolidation is, how to trade a consolidation is very simple. So you have your consolidation. All right, let's do this one more time. You've probably seen a lot of traders talk about consolidating, price is choppy. So let me explain to you what that means. So once a price is at a certain level, for example, if price moved from this area, bought at the bottom, and then created some sort of support. That is when price couldn't break below a certain area and formed a support. And then on the flip side, price went up, and where previously price couldn't break above an area, that is what we would call a resistance. And over time, when support and resistance are respected, that's when you say price is consolidating, price is moving sideways, price is choppy. Now, once you have recognized what consolidation is, what choppiness is in the market, what you're trying to do is you're trying to trade the breakout. So if you're looking for sells, you would want a candle to close below a certain area in order for that candle to continue to push down in your direction, right? You'll have something like this and like this. So you have a candle moving, closing below your support, giving you confirmation that price is gonna continue in that direction. So you could expect the next candle to continue filling that range, and that next candle here is going to be what you will trade, right? On the flip side, you could have something like this. You will have price closing above a certain range, and then once the price has closed above a range, at that point you are looking for the next candle to continue driving within that range, with it from that breakout, and that would be something that you're looking forward to in order for you to take that buy. And that is called breakout trading. All right, so that's consolidation. Now, what is a breakout trading? What happens after a consolidation, right? So, after a consolidation, what you're looking to do as a trader is just watching patiently where the price is going to break and close above. So, let's say if price breaks this area, what we have right now, this candle, it breaks below and closes below. So next candle closes something like this. What you would have confirmation is that price broke and closed below an area where it couldn't previously. It tried 3 times, right? So you have a stronger confirmation for price to continue in that direction and fill the next target, which is somewhere on the left hand side, as we can see. And so the next candle, which will be the volume candle, which will be the driving candle, is something that you will trade. Same thing on the flip side. If you have a break and close above the area of resistance, then you will have the next candle, the driving candle, is something that you will trade on. So if you want to go ahead and learn something, things and tips like this, go ahead and follow Trade with Tayyip. Oh shit. Oh shit, blood. Okay, 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 okay. Let's see if we can take a trade. Oh, it's going down quick. Yeah, it needs to close below. It can just literally flip up right now. General. 15 minutes. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come on. If I can have this 5 minute, after this 5 minute closes just the way it is, the next 5 minute could wick up and then I will enter the trade. I'm not going to enter the trade just now. Yeah, the 5 minute is not waiting for me. It doesn't look like it. But let's see. It's 2 more minutes. See, when are the times you can go into a 5 minute candle and take a look and possibly take a trade? When you can see that consolidation was happening on a 5 minute time frame as well. When especially the key here is that the volume is very high. So right now this 5 minute candle is a 100 pip candle. Right? So I don't want my trade to fluctuate 100 pips, hundreds of pips, right? So I can say I want to go into 5 minute time frame. I want this current candle to close below this support area and the next candle to continue to drive down. That will be something that I am looking to take as a trade. So like that is something that I want to see. And this candle is going to be my trade. 5:22. Yep, the 5 minute open. Can we just move up a little bit? Okay, I've entered into buys here and I didn't get a good entry because as I entered, price was already low and now it's creating a high. Well, sometimes that happens. All I'm looking to target is these lows here, and once that happens, I'm gonna get out. Because when the price is moving with heavy volume, all you want to do is get in if you're a scalper and get out. Get out of the trade. Get out with profit because it can also move in the negatives and with the same amount of volume. So we're breaking below the lows, right? So what I would want is for price to not break above this own high. So my stop loss is going to be around above the high of the candle, and for price to continue to drive down. I'm anticipating for this to be a volume candle to have a break. This is on a 15-minute time frame. This is break even right now. Mm, mm, mm. 2 more minutes into this 5-minute candle. There is no way to manage my risk because if it breaks, like, from right now is just not doing anything. It needs to either the stop loss could be above this wick or right here we're about to hit stop loss. And the stop loss hit. Well, that was a sell try. Let me log that in. I've entered into a buy here. And the stop loss is going to be below the previous candle here for price to continue up to these areas. Yeah, see, price is in a downward momentum. Why am I buying here? Just because of one candle confirmation, I entered a buy. But overall, the momentum is bearish. Damn. Yeah, overall, the momentum is bearish. I've entered a buy here, and the reason being is that on the left hand side there's so much chop, right? So this is based on support on the left hand side. I have entered a buy, and we're already about 30 pips in profit. This is called a snipe mode. I sniped the entry. So I'm gonna let this play out just for now. Whoa, what is this volume? Okay, my stop loss is below this area. Look at all this. Look at this volume. It's crazy. I want to see what the reaction is like around this area because on the left hand side, see you have a lot of resistance. Oh, so you have a lot of support. So it has gone down to this area, which means that now there's possibility for it to clear out some of these highs again. tempted to take this profit. Can we hit 29? Can we hit 29? Can we hit 29? Nope, we're retracing back. Let's see. 15-minute is very healthy right now. So if we close anything like this, there is definitely going to be continuation. وعليكم السلام. Alright, this is taking way too long. I'm running out of patience.
So as the price, like if we take a look at this candle here, it looks like a hammer of what sort, right? So it went up, and it was started to break its own low, and then this candle closed with no wick at the bottom. Wick is basically the stick that you see where price was at one point and it retraced up or down. So it didn't close with any wick at the bottom. So what happens is that, and this happens more often than not, the next candle could go down as to have, some sort of like a room to, you think of it this way. Once the price closes without a wick, there is no room for the next candle to continue to push in that direction, because what happens is that price goes up, comes down a little bit, then goes up, comes down a little bit. That's on an uptrend. Same as goes down, comes up, goes down. That's on a downtrend. So once price closes without a wick, meaning that it went in that direction, but it didn't come down to continue in that direction, right? Usually that happens. So the next candle will do the exhaustion. So you have price coming down, and then the next candle will be the exhaustion candle. So what I did is that as this candle, the green one, was turning green, I entered into a buy and I closed it like around this area. That was like a quick, I think, 1 to 2 minute trade. Similarly, what I did is I took an exact same trade on the 13th. Yeah, so exact same trade, right? Basically, what happened is that price closed with no wick at the bottom. So the next candle didn't have anywhere to go. So like price went down and didn't have exhaustion. So I entered into a buy as the price was green, as the candle was green, and I exited out with, a decent 25, 26 pips profit. And then you can see the price continue to stay in that direction. Same thing happened yesterday as well, right? But it just closed once in green, but it continued down in that direction. So I'm not saying it moved, because of my trade, it, created a different bias. It was still on the sell side, but there was, for a split second, you could identify these things and you could trade because you know that, okay, there needs to be an exhaustion. That I've seen that quite a bit, so I can enter into a trade.
This time tomorrow. But first, it's Arsenal in the running space in the middle of the field. Now Barrett Scalia. Early test here for Timber. Hit by Dembele! Well, that didn't take long. Swept home by Ousmane Dembele. It's hard to say, but a man with 30 2 goals to his name, could need a goal, but Dembele needed that one. That one will feel all the more precious.
That's perfect from PSG, and that movement of the midfield, that movement of Dembele finding that space, and this man, Kvaratskhelia, on the ball. Jurriën Timber just backs off, and by then it's too late. The setback is there. It's a brilliant finish because it's not the most cleanly struck, but it's on target, it's accurate, it's swept home, and it is perfectly executed by PSG.
They scored after 12 minutes at Liverpool last month.
Dembele just drifting, creates extra man.
Doué. Cross tossed in, falls for Marquinhos, sets up Hakimi. João Neves. Hakimi. Header is from Marquinhos. But Arsenal had an opportunity to clear their lines, which they failed to take. And they're bringing some of the problems on themselves.
Yeah, Saliba, it was with the poor header and he's been caught on the ball already.
João Neves. Here is Dembele. Space for Fabian Ruiz. They're doing as they please here at the moment, PSG. It's Kvaratskhelia. Oh, he's gone past 2. Was he held? No. Not enough for the referee's liking. He did have a very good view. There was contact, but he felt that the home.
There was 3 of them. It's gone through, and there's an arm across. It's enough for me, Clive. He's beaten everyone. Jurriën Timber again, and
Doué. On towards Hakimi. Kivior managed to hold him up, but no more. This is João Neves. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia shot, and Raya did well to get down to that. Sometimes a shot close to the goalkeeper's body. João Neves, early forward towards Dembele. Goalkeeper hesitated. It's Ousmane Dembele against William Saliba. Saliba's done well to hold up his international teammate. Dembele, it'll come for Doué. Desiree Doué, that's a smart stop. Fabian Ruiz hits the post. Pinball action inside the penalty. That was a really bright save by David Raya.
massive save in the context of the tie. I thought the chance had gone after Dembele had.
Alright, I just closed this position, and it was a long position, but the idea was for price to retrace back from its previously created lows. So I might re-enter for more, positions, but so far I closed because, there's resistance on the left-hand side. We've pushed up quite a bit in the last 5 minutes. So, yeah, that's good. Let's see. Today, yep, made back the losses.